Let's see what we can do now about not leaving ourselves muted. Just real quick intro. Hello, everybody. This is the Soapbox Sage Gamer Yopi here. We're going to do a little bit of demonstration of the Alchemist in Dungeons & Dragons Online. This is a 3.5 rule set Dungeons & Dragons game. And yeah, what I was saying earlier, I was doing this earlier and left my mute on for about 45 minutes of my hour-and-a-half tutorial. So that didn't go over so well. So we're going to be revisiting today. We're going to go ahead and get loaded in, and we'll go from there. So if you need to grab a snack, use the restroom. Now's always a good time. I won't get into the meat and potatoes until you all get back. Okay, so although we did the tutorial earlier, we were at a little bit lower level because we didn't have the added ranks, because it was a little more from scratch, but as I mentioned, I was muted, so we're going to go over this again. Just real quick here, I'm just going to get in position to go over a few things. So again, just on the leveling side of things here, with any character, it doesn't have to be just the Alchemist. But down here at the bottom, you're going to find your level bar, your experience bar, and your level is going to be listed here. You'll also find it right up here on your icon in the number. And then in Dungeons & Dragons Online, you're also going to find that you have ranks. So you need to level up your ranks, all 5 ranks for each level. It's kind of confusing. You need to get enough experience in all of your 5 ranks to level up. So as you gain experience, you will go up in ranks. As you go up in ranks, you will go up in level. When you go up in level, that gives you the opportunity to multi-class and select a different class like fighter or whatever or you can stick with whatever you're working on. In this case, as I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the tutorials, we are going to be working on the Alchemist. It's the new class to Dungeons & Dragons Online, and therefore it will be just the Alchemist moving forward. Okay, so we already completed one of the missions quests in this Korthos village, the starting village for Dungeons & Dragons characters. We will go ahead and just grab another one. Now for this next one, this is a protection quest. So we are going to grab some, whoops, got behind. We're going to grab some backup. This guy here will allow you to purchase the short time use of a companion, which is really nice. So again, depending upon what class you're playing, if you're playing a fighter, maybe you want to get a healer. If you're playing a barbarian or fighter, maybe you just want to get a sorcerer to stand behind you and blow stuff up. In this case, we are playing a caster, so I'm going to go ahead and get the barbarian, and he can run ahead and smash and destroy things. When you click on an item, anytime you make a purchase, it is going to put it down into the cart, just like any standard shopping cart, and you'll want to go ahead and click buy to make sure it goes into your inventory. Alright, so we have our hireling, and now again, those are short term. Once you purchase one and activate it, when you are in dungeons or active areas, it will run for 1 hour. And once that time's expired, it will be gone. If you finish up this quest in shorter time, it will pause the timer on that hireling so that you can use it again, so that you get your full hour's worth. And that's what we're going to be doing here, because this is definitely not going to take us an hour to run this little guy here. When you bring up a mission in Dungeons & Dragons Online, oh well, hold on one second on the tutorial. We have a friend here wanting to party up, possibly. You know what, it's always better to take backup with you anyway, so let's go ahead and highlight old righted kill here, and we can go right up here and click on this little thing here, and then we can invite to the party here. He just keeps saying play over and over, so chances are good. Oh, okay. He wants to duel. I don't want to duel, so we're going to pass on that. Okay, so again, when you go to a mission, you're going to pop up with your little mission selection window. You've got difficulties that you can select, and he speaks Spanish. I do not speak Spanish, so we're going to pass on dueling. Okay, getting back to the tutorial. Sorry, righted kill. We'll get back to you later. You've got difficulties here. If you have a solo option, it will be the only option, and if you do not, then you can select your difficulties here. Normal, hard, elite. Again, this is going to show you your stats for the mission right here. The Kenneth Crystal, level 1, duration short, medium, long, very long. In this case, it's going to be a short one. And this is going to show you the difficulty. It will change colors as you get more difficult. If we select elite right now, you'll see here that the level will change. Okay, each of these difficulty settings is going to adjust that level. Later on, you'll have the option for Reaper. We will go over that in a later tutorial. But for right now, you can also keep track of some statistics down here for how many hard and elite missions you have completed, and as well as grouping options. If you want to make your particular access here open to the public, you can do that. All missions will be a private group by default. So let's go ahead and jump in here. Okay, this is the beginning area of the mission here. As you can see, we got a door.
Is the cellar where the Kenneth Crystal is hidden.
And we are going to be, as you can see, I want to show you up here, defeat all the cultists, protect the Kenneth Crystal. This little spot right here, this is your mission objective tracker. Sometimes optionals will pop up in here, and these can change throughout the mission. So always keep an eye on this up here. And at the end of this, we need all check marks. If you don't have all check marks, you have not done everything, and you cannot complete your mission. I don't know, moving something here, because that guy got a little out of whack. Let's just put that right back. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna go. I was gonna show you this. We have a hireling, and I'm gonna run over here to this door, and then I'm going to go into my inventory. Where's my hireling? Where's my hireling? Where's my hireling? Oh, there it is, right there. Again, new items in your inventory will be highlighted in green from the last time you open your inventory. So we're gonna select that, and I'm just gonna double click on Byron Scout Sword, and we're gonna summon him. You want to do this at the beginning of your missions. If you go too far in, it will tell you, hey, you got to be at the beginning area. Okay, you can't just go running around and then pick it out in the middle of the thing and go, hey, I need that hireling now. I'm going to just move this toolbar because I like this right up over here. And then when we roll our dice here in a minute, I think we're going to have to move that again as well, but that won't happen till combat. So this gives you a stand or stay, or excuse me, that was really stand, stay. Those aren't the same. Stand or follow, so you can post them up on this little pinion here, and you can run around, and your hireling will stay right there. If he gets surrounded by enemies, he will defend himself. He doesn't become inert, but he will not follow you. Otherwise, you can just go ahead and pop that off. Sometimes you go places that your little hireling will not go, like underwater, swimming, things like that. Or you jump up and grab onto something and climb up, and he can't follow. You can use these little two-feeted icon right here, and he will come right to where you're at. So as you can see, I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to have him stand right there, just to really accentuate the point. And then you click on the feet. He's now where you are, and that will also automatically put him back into follow. So that will turn off your the flag that he stands at. So the next few options here, you've got an auto attack option that gives him more flexibility to go ahead and run around and behave more like an independent character. And that's an active state. The second one over here is going to be a passive defensive state. So he's going to stick near you, and anything come near you, he's going to give it a whooping or do what he does, heal you if necessary. Otherwise, he's going to just stick near you and kind of react. The third one here, the little C-3PO looking body, I think, this is going to be passive. So he's just going to basically do not a whole lot unless you tell him specifically to do things. Well, Gamer Yopi, how do you tell your hireling specifically to do things? Well, that's a great question. Right here, these are going to be the same. Active, defensive, and passive, as well as the come to me and the stay, follow. Those are going to be all the same for all of your hirelings. After that, you're going to get into some options. Oh, and this one here as well. The two little gears is interact. So you can have, I'm going to go ahead and highlight the lever, and you can have your companion interact with those things by clicking on this interact button. The last four options for each of your hirelings are going to be their abilities. So in this case, he can rend, do a little bit of sunder, rip open that defense. He can rage because he is a barbarian. He also has the ability to trip and intimidate. So if you have him in passive and you don't want him to do anything except exactly what you want him to do, then you can use those abilities just by clicking on them here. I am a big fan of just putting him in active and following behind. Now that's because I'm a caster and I want him to run ahead and trip all the traps and blow himself up because he's a hireling. I mean, let's be honest, he's paid to blow up. So we're going to get in here.
Feel the life-saving heat emanating from the magic crystal Boldar spoke of. But from the shadows approach those who would doom Korthos by destroying it.
All right, so we have now activated this mission a little bit more in depth, and as you can see, people are going to start. They're going to start coming at us. Byron's already on it. I wasn't very prepared, so luckily he is. It's another reason why I put him in active, is because sometimes I'm easily distracted. So, yep, here we go. Got another one incoming. Now, one of the nice things about hirelings at this level, especially when you're a caster, they will definitely help carry you through. Because, you know, he's going to be active. He's going to go out there in a... Oh, I spoke too soon. Oops. Oh, and that's that. We failed because I was busy talking and doing a bad tutorial instead of killing these guys. So, yeah, that's a good example. Okay, also part of the tutorial here is failure. And sometimes you are going to do that. So one of the mission objectives here was to protect that crystal. And I thought that guy was dead, but he actually was standing behind us the whole time, smashing the crystal. And therefore, Byron and I failed. Now this mission's obviously continuing to go on, and it will do so. There's really no point in continuing it. You do not get experience just for killing those guys. And as you can see right up over here, status failed, we're already done. If you click finish, you can recall out. I'm already at the gate, no need to let that timer go. I can just double click and exit. This one can be a little tricky, only because you do have two objectives. You have to fight off the bad guys and protect the crystal, although they do kind of go hand in hand, one with the other. If you let one slip or the other, it'll get you. So I want to bring up right now, as you can see, I have got damage. My life points are depleted, my hit points, and my spell points down here are also depleted. Because we are outside of the mission in a public area, we have city regeneration, so those points are slowly regenerating. I mentioned in a previous tutorial that this game also has wonderful, wonderful taverns and rest places that you can go into. So if we go into the tavern here, the Wavecrest, excuse me, tavern. Alright, now that we are inside here, you'll see that we have switched to the Tavern Regeneration. So that's going to give us a little bit more boost. It's going to speed things up a little faster. The ticks are going to be a few more points per each one now. Or one more points, double the speed. If you are higher level, you're going to have much higher hit points and spell points. At that point, when you get wiped out like we just did, or fail the quest and you come out with damage, then you're going to need to get those things boosted back up a little quicker than just the Tavern Regeneration. At that point, you're going to want to come over here to our little bartender friend, and you can buy food for hit points and drinks for spell points to help boost the regeneration rate of those. Some of them are very quick, so you don't have to wait long to get back in the game. Alright, we're going to take just a moment here to rethink our strategy. Do I still want to keep those for Kenneth? Our spells are kind of important. You know, let's do this. Maybe because we got in trouble here with that, let's go to our level 1 spells. Let's put our sleep powder in here instead. Oh, you know what? Instead of the vial toss, we'll do smash. That's the AoE at your feet. The vial of flame is the ranged attack. This one, Byron's going to be running around doing most of that kind of stuff, so we can just leave him to do that, and then we ourselves can stand by the crystal and just drop that AoE at our feet smash. Okay, we're all back up. Now we were talking about Byron, that is the hireling, and I mentioned that he comes with a 1-hour timer. We weren't in there for very long, but if we open our inventory and we put our we see now we have that little blue check mark on there. Looks like little clock hands, let you know the timer's running. It's paused right now, as you can see in the yellow. Expires in 55 minutes, paused. So we spent 5 minutes in there getting embarrassed by failing. And he's got 55 minutes left. Now that's going to be inside of missions again. And once that time is gone, Byron will leave us. But until then, he's our homie. So we're going to try this again. I honestly don't remember that crystal being that fragile. As I recall, they could beat on it for quite a while. But that's neither here nor there. Shouldn't have been beating on it at all. Make sure you resummon your hireling. They don't just come back, even if they're paused. So bring him back. Oh, and put him back on active. He will come back in defense mode. All hirelings automatically summoned in defense mode. So keep that in mind as well.
But from the shadows approach those who would doom Korthos by destroying it.
I did this last time too. Real quick, you gotta make sure you put your spells in your toolbar because you can't use them otherwise. All right. Byron's gonna get to work here. I'm just gonna stand right here this time. There ain't gonna be nobody getting behind me. Not this time. No way, no how. Unless they do, and then I don't know. We'll figure something out. I mean, Byron's got this. Like, look at this. He's a beast anyway. Warforged. Barbarian. He's got a glowy big old falchion or something. Well, see? That's exactly what he's trying to do here. What they did last time. Tried to gang up on us. Nope. Byron and I were there to beat him back. Now this particular mission, no spoiler alert here or anything, but oh yeah, man, Byron is just a beast. You may or may not get a rare spawn at the end of this one. It doesn't always pop up, but we're hoping he will this time. Ha, just kidding. Sometimes they'll come from out of here. You just saw Byron run over here and kill that guy. So you can't just stand in the doorway over there. See? One snuck in behind us. Almost tricked me. I saw a shadow. No rare drop this time. We only have one left, and he's going to be a regular guy. He comes out here, so we can run into the doorway. He will usually pop up before then, if you're going to get a rare. I think he normally drops around number 3 left or 2 left. But it's not one left. So here's our last guy. I'll just go kill him. All right.
Last cultist, thus protecting the Kenneth crystal and saving Korthos.
Fantastic. Much better second go around when we're paying a little bit more attention. Oh, I didn't move that die. Okay. Well, there we go. Crystal saved. And we are all done. Again, with this short one, I'm just going to run back to the gate. In the longer missions, you do want to just hit finish right over here to recall out. But this is so much quicker just to go right here. And we are done with that mission. Next step, go talk to Baldar the Bold and turn this guy in. And just a reminder here on your quest rewards, make sure you read your lines here. Double click any one item. This is not a loot all scenario. So we're going to take a look here. Looks like we're getting some bracers. We have some option for some Axe Bane, which is going to reduce our slashing damage, by 4. That's a pretty good one. Bracers of Assistance here are going to give us the ability to cast Aid on ourselves once a day. That's once per rest, actually. And that's good for 3 minutes. Give you a little bit more hit points. And then Spearbane is going to give you a 4 against piercing damage, which we are going to take. And the reason for that, especially at level 1, is arrows are piercing damage, so that's going to take 4 off of any arrow that actually hits us. Just going over here to Byron real quick. Again, we've got 52 minutes, so we're actually only there for 3 this time. And it's another reason why we shouldn't have been running around killing unnecessaries after failing last time. It was because we wasted some of Byron. How rude of us. Okay. So that is Cannith Crystal. We're still good on Byron. I kind of like these spells. I'm going to keep this little... Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to go talk to Dax Boone! It's our general vendor here in Korthos. I need to see if Dax Boone has got me some... Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to drop a little coin. Give me some crossbow bolts, because I ran out of them like an irresponsible, unprepared Eagle Scout. Very, very ill-prepared. Okay, so those are going to take a little bit of inventory space. I guess only conjured ones come in stacks of 1,000. That's fine. You can get a quiver later to save that problem. I always make sure you hit the repair tab anytime you go to a vendor. Add all, repair. It's cheap. You need to do it. You don't want your gear wearing down because it can permanently damage it. And that is unfun on your really valuable things. Potion of Alchemical Intimidation, Potion of Heal 3, we're going to leave those there, and the bolts, we didn't really get any loot in that last one. Oh, we always want to sell gems. Nope, no gems to sell. Okay, all good. All right, we're going to talk to Linus here. Alright. I will let you experience the dialogues at your own leisure. We're not going to go in depth into the dialogue here. We are going to come over here to the village storehouse. Once again, here's your difficulty options. It's going to show your level here. If you change that, it's going to go up. So for right now, we are level 1, so we will do level 1, another short one. And we're going to enter the storehouse's secret. I do like this one.
Dust and mold fill this ill-maintained storehouse. You can hear the telltale skittering of vermin nearby.
Alright, make sure we get our hireling out here, Byron. Step 2. You remember what it was, kids? Yes, that's right. We're going to put him into active. Good job. Alright. Now that we have our crossbow bolts, we can go back to smashing things from afar. Like a good spellcaster should. It's just not right to run around with a big old heavy mace. What's that sound? What's Byron doing? Spiders? Awful. So you might have heard them chittering and coming up out of the ground, that sound. That's what it was. Just a quick reminder for those that missed the last tutorial, the reason why we're smashing things. This is Dungeons and Dragons, baby. Hack and slash and smash. So right here, monsters killed, Byron Scout Sword 2. You also have breakables smashed. So you're going to get bonuses in your experience for killing things and smashing things. So by God, be a Dungeons and Dragons player, go smash some stuff, go kill some stuff, get that XP and that sweet loot. That's the goal of it all. I don't want to go too crazy with being overly OCD about this, but make sure you blow up each and every single one. Every one. Until you get to your maximum bonus in XP anyway. Hey, what's this door over here?
The door's lock is beyond hope of picking.
What?
Hopefully the key is still somewhere in the storehouse.
What is the likelihood of that, I wonder? Well, we got 2 doors to pick from. Left or right, left or right. Near or far, near or far. Alright, we'll do this one over here. Alright, we're going to open the door. First thing, pop in head. Oh, I see something. Got some spider action going on. I don't think we're going to have much luck putting spiders to sleep, so I'm not going to probably get too much mileage out of that spell. And with Byron in tow, or in the lead in this case, we're probably not going to need to do too much spellcasting at all, which is like, why do you play a spellcaster? It's so weird. Well, the Alchemist is a build on itself kind of class, so you'll see what I mean as we move on. You do get a lot of flexibility in the types of spells, and they are combat oriented, so you can definitely get your spellcaster on. But large silver key. You always get the combat music. Dun, 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 dun. So like, even if you don't see the guy and you're just like running along oblivious, going down a hallway or corridor, you're like, oh man, this is so great. This place is empty. I don't even know what's going on. And you hear that music, that means something's chasing you, and you just need to turn around. Okay, here's our silver key. Just gonna make sure we got all our breakables. We're just going to look around real quick. Yes, you can pick up the money on the floor. I don't mess with money because it becomes obsolete almost instantly. That's copper, and we're already packing 56 platinum. I'm not picking these up. Translation takes forever. Not worth the double click. Okay, we broke all our breakables. We just need to grab the key and go. Let's do that.
A Sarhagan emerges from a hidden passage demanding the key. You mustn't let the scrolls fall into devourer hands.
Well, that sneaky son of a gun came right up out of this hallway. That was a wall a second ago. Hey, what's this down here? Oh, hey. Found ourselves some loot. Unlike the mission quest here, it just says double click on the item to add it to your inventory. It doesn't say only one item, right? So any of these items you can double click on to add it to your inventory, or right down here at the bottom, the easiest way is just to hit loot all. You can also quick map that to a button. All right. So real quick, we can run back down the way we went, unlock that door because we have the silver key now. What's the map doing over here? Get over here. There we are. So we came up this hallway right here, went down there's the chest, and we're standing here now. We can go back down that hallway. That's our locked door right here. Or we can go forward through this door down this other hallway. Now, just real quick, I want to show where we're at on our breakables. Oh man, misadventure. That means something blew up and took one out. And Byron smashed one, but we are at 38 total breakables, which currently is giving us an 8% experience bonus. As far as monsters killed though, no dice. So we're going to go ahead and go down this hallway, hoping to find more monsters and maybe some more breakables. Yeah, there's a reanimated rat right there. You dirty rat. Well, you were a dirty rat, now you dead rat. Actually, that's not even accurate. You formerly dead rat. Alright, that's close enough. A couple more breakables. Now, the other thing about breakables is not just money that drops. You can find items, you can find potions, wands, scrolls even, and you can find armor, goggles, boots, cloaks. You can find hats. Hey, there's a potion of cure light wounds right there. We'll grab the copper while we're here just because we're right there. Alright, you get the idea. Gloves, gauntlets. We've unlocked the door.
The door swings open. It appears that the floor in this room can be moved and rotated.
I need that scroll. Okay, can't get it. Alright, let's smash. Oh, boom, right there. That's all we need. Ransack bonus. When these things pop up into that yellow like that, you can see with the double stars, that is your maximum bonus. You can smash all you want, but you're not going to get any more XP. And at that point, it becomes time consuming. So let's go ahead and figure this thing out. What's going on here? We got, alright, we got this little dot lit up and some light coming out. Looks like we got some dots over here on the corners. At this point, I love Byron, but he does get a little in the way. So we're just going to post him right here. Thank you, Byron. And there we go. Now he will not follow me, and I can get a little better look at what's going on here. Or maybe you like it like this, so you can really see this. You know, I prefer it like this. Big picture view, baby. Okay, so we want to go ahead and line up these tiles to get these corners lit up. That's basically the puzzle here. Now, I found with these sorts of puzzles, the best thing to do is go to your destination, what you need to get lit up, and work backwards from there. So, okay, this is going into this guy, which is going, whoops, that's not helpful, sorry folks. That's going into this guy, which is going into this one. Okay, so that needs to get some juice from here. If we turn this one, that's going to be going the wrong way, so it's going to need to be this one. Are you following me with this and that and not a whole lot of information? Okay, so now we got a straight path going into that dot. And, okay, so like, look, this one over here, that's perpendicular to our end, so we need to turn this tile here. Now it's going in, but that's not bending it into anything useful, so we're going to rotate that guy. Okay, that one's going there and there. Let's just turn this one like this so we get a nice good T, but it needs some help from over here. So we're going to turn this one. Now you see we're getting our lines going to all of our spots, dialed in real nice and clear here. We're just going to keep that technique going, working backwards. Okay, everything's all connected through there now. All right, let's go over here. Fourth corner. We're going to turn this guy, and we're going to turn this guy again. We're going to turn this guy again. All right, that looks pretty good. If we turn that T right there, okay. Now, we need to fix this one right here because we're trying to get back to the lit part. So we're going to just turn that elbow there. We're going to straighten that out. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to turn. See, I screwed it up. Here, we'll do it like this, because this is fun. Okay. Now it's all off. We'll get it all on. Well, no, it's not all off. What am I doing? There, now it's all off. Nope, that won't work either. Okay, well, you get the idea. Let's just turn the tiles and make it go.
The protective spell dissipates. All that remains now is to take and deliver the scroll.
Whoops. Yeah, take the scroll. And mission complete. Once again, you can see we got our smash bonus. We were able to kill one more rat or two, which gave us some aggression bonus. Didn't max it out. There's not enough things in here to kill to max that out, but we did get that 10% boost. That turns the original 312 on a first time completion. Base is 260. You get a bonus for 20% on first time completion to move it up to 312. So we've got 260 base. With those bonuses, we got 494, baby. That's how we do the XP grinding. Take that, barrel. Again, there's another short one. You can use the recall if you want to, but it does take time, so you might as well just run this one out. Poof. All right, very good. And we're going to turn this one in. This is a mission completion, so you're going to have your any one item. And real quick, we've got an agile belt, which is going to give you +1 to your reflex save, a girdle of lesser fortitude, which is going to give you +1 to your fortitude save, a rugged belt, which is going to give you some extra hit points. In this case, let's see. If we open up our character statistics, we've got reflex save and fortitude save, which I've got reflex save is 4, fortitude's 4, so those are both pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and just grab some extra hit points for right now.
Hero, it is on the people's lips as you walk by. Cautious looks have become friendly nods. Then word comes that your presence is requested in the tavern.
Oh, we are requested in the tavern. Fancy. So we did manage, ladies and gentlemen, stop the presses. We did manage to loot a cloak along the way there, you notice. An astute 1 cloak of dodge 1. And that's going to translate into intelligence +1 and dodge 1% enhancement bonus to dodge. We're currently wearing the +1 resistance bonus to saving versus enchantment, which is kind of useful against enchantment in the bare minimum sense. And then we do have 11% acid absorption, which is kind of nice, but intelligence, hello, we're an alchemist. We need that intelligence. We went from an 18 to a 19 right over here thanks to that. It doesn't actually give us any benefit. It just makes you feel better knowing you've got some extra intelligence out there. Now, if we were to take an enhancement like we were discussing earlier, we would have an option to boost that intelligence by 1 more point. That would put us at 20, and then you start seeing a modification. Now, we were helping some people out here in the village of Korthos. We finished doing a few things, and then all of a sudden we got word somebody's looking for us in the tavern. Well, it doesn't take a whole lot to get Gamer Yopi into a tavern, so let's get to it. After all, the Soapbox Age is the world's greatest digital inn. All right, it's not a bad inn, but it's definitely taverny. Hey, look at this guy, Sigmund. Remember earlier we stopped in? He had a little icon on over his head, just like Merla right here. Yeah, now it's this color, because he's ready to do some business. Yeah, we had to prove ourselves a little bit here. So we're going to go ahead and talk to Sigmund. Glad you're here. Heard of our efforts? I'm starting to see where this is going. This is the collaborator quest. This is what's called a long quest. So I'm going to just hit cancel for right now. We will be doing the collaborator here momentarily, but for right now, this is going to be the end of this recording and this tutorial. And I hope that you tune in for the next one. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. This has been Gamer Yopi with the Soapbox Sage doing a tutorial on Dungeons & Dragons Online. See you soon.